Oregon is a state of immense contrast. From the incredible coastline to snow-capped volcanic peaks to a vast and desolate desert, it is an overlander's dream state to visit and explore. During this trip, I met up with Ed Shin and Trail Newbie to explore just a small fraction of what this state has to offer. But it was time spent with good friends that was most valuable to me. Hello everyone, my name is Mike, also known as Flyfisher530. I am on Highway 5 right now, just north of Lake Shasta in California. And behind me is Greg, Trail Newbie. And we are heading up to Oregon right now, Coos Bay, Oregon area, to meet up with Ed Shin. And yeah, really looking forward to this trip. I haven't been on one for a while here, so I'm actually going right by the McCloud River right now. Really beautiful up here. Lake Shasta was as full as I've ever seen it. Water line must only be, I don't know, 20, 30 feet below completely full, which for this time of year without even the snow melt, I'm hoping it's completely full by summertime. But yeah, just beautiful up here, and looking forward to getting away for a few days. The weather may not be so great up there, but can't be any worse than what it's been in California recently. So yeah, we're just looking to have a good trip to get everybody together and spend a few days playing around in Oregon. And hope you guys enjoy the video and stay tuned. You'll see where we land next. The drive up to Oregon was interesting because it seemed like we encountered every kind of weather possible, including rain, sleet, and snow. After crossing into Oregon, we immediately encountered the Siskiyou Pass that the Hudson's Bay Company first discovered in 1827. It later evolved into a wagon trail, stagecoach road, and finally a highway route. From there, we continued our journey north on Highway 5 through Medford and Krantz Pass before turning off the interstate and heading northwest towards the town of Coos Bay, Oregon. So Greg and I are just airing down right now. We're in the parking lot where we're going here in Coos Bay, and the trailhead is right there. So we are close to getting off the pavement here, so looking forward to it. Been through all sorts of weather here so far today, rain, sleet and hail and snow, but yeah, it's been a while since gotten off the pavement, so looking forward to it. So we ended up airing down our vehicles to about 15 psi and then installed the whip flags required for this location. To be honest, I was a bit nervous about going through dune sands, as I'd only done it once before over a short distance in the Mojave Desert, and the trail splintered in so many directions I was not sure if the one we were going to take would end up being a good choice or not as far as the dune sand was concerned. This is the reason I made sure to bring 4 recovery boards instead of my normal 2, but it ended up being a non-issue. I think recent rains and thunderstorms may have helped our situation, and even Trail Newbie's JL made it with no problems. All right, guys, we just got to camp. So we are in the dunes. The ocean is just over the hill from us here. And we've had a fun day coming in here, man. I've never been in sand dunes before, but how fun is this to be able to do some donuts where you want. This is a designated campsite, and so this is where we're going to call it tonight. Ed should be here within the hour, and he's got the coordinates to get in here. And yeah, it's been fun coming in here today, and so far the weather's holding out. We've been through, like I said earlier, all sorts of rain, sleet, snow today, but right now it is beautiful out here. Greg's trying to get his rig situated. He's going to back right up to mine because I have the awning, and this is where we'll make a campfire tonight. And Greg's going to be cooking up a shrimp meal tonight. So we should have some fun, and it's always fun to watch Greg work. So
yes,
about time. All right, the gang's all here, guys. Ed's just showed up on Dusty in his 40s. Dang, that thing's looking good. My God. So he's just getting parked. The nice thing about this spot is if you're not level, you can just dig a sand hole in 2 seconds and drop your wheels into the sand, and it's really nice. So what do you think, Greg?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
This spot is great.
Yeah, it turned out okay.
Nice job on the spot.
his new JL on 40-inch tires with those Yukon axles. Just a beast. Thing is amazing. He's got the Falcon shocks, Series 3 for the JL. Very nice. Really nice. I like that rack too on top.
And see, these are just like, this one didn't make the grade. You know, it's a weird shit.
Alright guys, well, it's getting into the evening time here. We've got a little campfire going. My awning set up with the lights on. Greg's cooking up a shrimp fest for us. And so we're just kind of relaxing here tonight. We've had a few showers, but nothing really serious yet. So we'll see how the night goes. But the plan is to head up tomorrow to Mount Hood area, and but this has been an awesome spot to camp for a night. So we've got Greg in a little hailstorm trying to cook his meal tonight.
Yep.
Doing a hell of a job. He's not getting soaked from the awning.
It's coming off the awning now.
So you want to pull that back some?
No, it's all good, man.
But yeah, he's doing it. It smells delicious. So we'll see how it comes out. But I'm pretty confident we're going to be having a damn good meal tonight. That's good. All right, so we've got Greg here with his what do you call this meal?
The shrimp foil bake.
Shrimp foil bake.
Right there.
Man, that looks money, man.
It's just
Look at that.
still steaming.
Yeah.
Let all that heat out, you know.
After enjoying an amazing shrimp foil bake by Greg, we settled down by a warm campfire and do what friends normally do around campfires: drink some alcoholic beverages, tell some stories, and get caught up on what we have been up to since the last time we got together. It has been a privilege to know these guys and call them friends, and I look forward to many more trips with them in the future.
Hey guys. All right, well, getting ready for bed here. Got my lithium cube inside, heated blanket, 0-degree bag, and it's totally dark outside, as you can see. But we're gonna give it a shot here tonight, see how the heated blanket works.
Well, good morning, guys. It's day 2, and we are on the beach in Coos Bay, Oregon area, and kind of had some epic weather, both driving up and last night while we were here. mainly dry, but thunderclouds around us, and we had a few showers come in. But overall, it really, the weather's been outstanding. The clouds have just created really dramatic scenes around us, and we haven't really gotten too wet. And Greg cooked up awesome shrimp foil baked dinner last night. It's gonna be hard to beat that at any time soon. That was an awesome meal. So we just had a good night last night. It wasn't that cold, and I didn't even use my heating blanket. So today the plan is we're gonna take our time getting out of here, but we're gonna head up to Mount Hood after this and try to find some spot in the snow, and we'll see where we land. But yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful day out here. Really dramatic with the clouds around us. So I'll let you guys know where we land next. It was my turn to cook a meal the next morning, so I set up the Tembo Tusk scuttle and made up some scrambled eggs with grilled sausage links and potatoes. I've been using this scuttle for about a year now, but still feel like I'm learning how to use it to cook various foods, and anytime a meal comes out without being burned too badly, I consider it a big win for me. It was nothing compared to Greg's shrimp foil bake, but it gave us a good start to the day ahead.
All right, people, we are leaving camp right now, heading out to Mount Hood. Now we're going to be heading this direction. Out of four-wheel drive.
After leaving Coos Bay, we headed north for a short while along the coast before catching Highway 38 east along the Umpqua River. This is an incredibly scenic section of highway where you travel through rainforest and small communities that are nestled next to the river. We stopped to get the sand and salt off our rigs at a car wash that still requires quarters to turn on the equipment. Ah, the good old days.
And Greg's got his tiny JL here.
Oh, it's a little baby.
Compared to Ed's, it's kind of interesting to compare them together, two JLs.
Hey, have you noticed it takes him longer to wash this, right?
True.
That means more quarters, more overall cost associated
True.
with having the
More
larger-
maintenance,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, look at that thing.
Within a few hours, we were nearing the base of Mount Hood. We encountered rain, then snow at higher elevation, so we were not sure if we would get a chance to see the summit or not. As you reach the base of Mount Hood, you enter the town of Government Camp. The town was given its name in 1849 by settlers who discovered several wagons abandoned there by U.S. cavalry troops. So this was our final ascent up the mountain. Would we or would we not see the summit? All of us were hoping the trip was not in vain.
We finally arrived. We are at the Timberline Lodge, the top of Mount Hood, and this is where The Shining was filmed. So pretty cool looking, and this buried in snow, absolutely buried up in the second floor in snow. Pretty neat. So we're gonna go in and have a meal, and my rig's parked right here. Ed's parked down that way, and Greg, Trail Newbie, is right here. What do you think, Greg?
This is crazy.
Yeah, insane. We had an insane view of Mount Hood coming up the road.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a good night camping tonight, and this is such a cool spot.
yeah.
So many of you probably recognize this lodge from the 1980 movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. The lodge dates back to 1937 when it was built during the Great Depression. It was designed by the same architect who designed the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite. This is an incredibly beautiful lodge with gigantic beams and stonework throughout. Ed treated us to a lunch here, and it is something I will never forget.
All right, guys, we just stopped here for a photo op, and we just left the lodge, and so that's Mount Hood in the background. And so today we literally came from the beach in Coos Bay, Oregon, to up here at the top of Mount Hood, or near the top, at the Timberline Lodge where they filmed The Shining. Really cool. Really cool. Now we need to find a campsite.
As it was getting late in the day, we had two options. Drop down to lower elevation and look for a trail that might be accessible, or look for something at higher elevation near Mount Hood, which meant either a hotel or a parking lot. We chose the latter and found a snow park near the base of Mount Hood, which allowed overnight parking.
Good deal. Not a lot of people in here.
Yeah, I think we got lucky.
So we've got Trail Newbie in the front, Ed's behind me, and then yeah, at this elevation it just wasn't possible to find any trails that weren't blocked off. So we're right below Mount Hood, which is kind of right over in that direction. I can't see it right now, but yeah, so this is our setup for tonight. And then this is my first time using the X Ventures diesel heater on a trip. Actually, the second time I've used it. I shortened the muffler just because it really doesn't, in my opinion, need to be super long. So I'm just doing a test run right now before it gets dark, make sure it's all working. And yeah, you can hear it slowing down. It starts up, they generally start up on H5, the highest setting, heat setting, and then they slow down to whatever setting you put it at originally. In this case, it's H3. That's 3 out of 5 heat settings. And for tonight, I'll probably set it down to 1 or 2. I've got a heated blanket too, so if for any reason this doesn't end up working, which I don't suspect why it wouldn't, but I've got the heated blanket as a backup. So anyway, that's that setup, and then over here got Ed.
What's up?
And Greg. So you got the drone up right now?
Yeah.
Good.
Little drone action.
Yeah. So we're just getting set up for tonight and getting hunkered down before it gets dark. Getting camp set up.
There you go.
Like that.
Hold on.
Now it's,
Okay,
now it's
that's
level.
perfect.
Do we have
That
a
looks good.
Hey, do you have a level? Can we put a level on my North
I do
Face
actually.
logo? All right, so this is a poem about Fly Fisher 530
Okay, let's hear it.
that was written by artificial intelligence.
Fantastic.
In
Can't
mountains high and snow-clad peaks, where rainbow trout doth swim and seek, there roamed a man with angling skills, whose tales of valor doth give us chills. Fly Fisher 530, a name renowned, a retired worker with heart unbound, drove his Jeep to the highest heights in search of fish and daring fights. One day, while fishing by the stream, a bear did charge, a fearsome dream. But Fly Fisher 530, with rod in hand, fought the beast and took a stand. He battled hard with all his might, till the bear did flee in fearful flight. And thus he earned his rightful fame as a bear fighter with honored name. But not just that, for in this quest, for trout that swam, he was the best. With skill and patience, he caught his fill and left the mountains with heart and will. So here's to Fly Fisher 530, a man of might, whose deeds inspire us and give us light. May his legend live on forevermore in the mountains where he did explore.
Wow, that is
Cheers.
awesome.
To
Thank
To
you.
fly fisher
Cheers,
5:30.
guys.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Fly
Cheers.
Fisher 5:30.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
There it is.
Yeah, that AI is impressive.
Wow, that was great, Greg. Thank you,
Can
sir.
you imagine if I wrote that, you'd be like, wow, this guy's weird.
Yeah, well,
This guy's wicked.
I wouldn't
So
expect
good.
that from you,
All right,
but
you gotta.
that's good.
We'll put this in the anchor so that the anchor isn't flopping around back here. And then this
all right, guys, as dangerous as this looks, it's not so bad. We've been doing this for about a couple hours now, and right now we're just making some popcorn. Got my awning up with the lights, and Greg's got some sort of black fire pit thing on the table there, and it's been going for several hours. The table's not burned up, which is amazing. We got this fire going, and it's doing great with the pop-up fire pit. And Greg's just telling Ed some story. Who knows? Anyway, but yeah, we got some popcorn going tonight, so not so bad in the snow.
We spent the evening sitting around the campfire, drinking some beverages, and talking about the day's events. I think about how much overlanding has changed my life in the last 2 years. I've made many new friends and visited so many awe-inspiring places. Places like Death Valley, Kavanaugh Ridge, Mount Hood, and Levitt Lake. I know there is so much more to see and look forward to the year ahead with many new trips coming soon.
All right, guys, my camera died this morning, so I'm just using my GoPro. Wasn't able to really show us packing up or anything, but we had a decent night here. Wasn't too bad, and we put up the drone, and right now we're gonna head down the hill and get going. Well, heading home, guys. So it was a great trip. I love Coos Bay. I definitely, my first time there, and the dispersed camping along the coast there is awesome. And got to play around in the dune sand, which was fun. Never done that before. So that was the first, and then seeing Mount Hood as well. What an incredible location that is, and that Timberline Lodge. Man, that is really, really cool. So yeah, if you're ever near that location, I would highly recommend driving up the mountain to see the Timberline Lodge, and you just get an amazing view of Mount Hood as well. So yeah, I'm just driving back. I've got a long drive, like 10 hours or something to get back home, but I don't mind that at all. This trip was well worth it. Seeing Ed and Greg again was awesome. So we'll be getting together again soon, so guys, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing that. Really helps, and so appreciate it. So thanks again. We'll see you soon.